What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. I got a pretty good question in the comments. The question was, what happens if you're out there gangbanging and you hit somebody or you do something to somebody who has family that are incarcerated? One. The person also asked, and what happens if you hit somebody who's related to somebody who is somebody, right? So, first of all, let's answer the second part first. If you're out there gangbanging and you happen to do something to somebody who's related to somebody, I think that's self-explanatory, right? You will be whacked in the county jail every opportunity. Before you even hit the pin, before you even hit the joint, you'll definitely know that you're a persona non grata. And here's my thing. There's going to be people that are going to say, well, that's kind of messed up. The guy who's related to somebody has an advantage. You damn right he does. He has a hell of an advantage. Now, what's supposed to happen is this. If somebody starts gangbanging and they're related to someone, believe me, people know who that person's mom is, who that person's dad is, who if you're a rival to that neighborhood, you know, hey, don't mess with that family. And any boys born into that family, if they wind up being from that neighborhood or any neighborhood that you don't get along with, well, shit, you just gonna have to give that guy a pass. Now, if you're gangbanging and you get into something with the neighborhood and you wind up catching a case, whether it's a body or an attempted, whatever it is, you get convicted and you go to prison. If you land on a yard with family of that individual, it's up to that individual whose family got touched how he wants to take care of it. The guy that's busted for doing something, it isn't his obligation to pursue that family member. It's up to that family member whether or not, it's always tough. Like if it's your son or your brother, usually that issue is going to get pushed, right? I've always been of the mindset when I was doing my thing where gangbanging is gangbanging. It's different if somebody said they went after somebody because they were related to me. That would be different. But if somebody from a rival neighborhood does something, it's hard to be like, well, you should have known better. That's my family. But there are some people who will think like that, regardless of who it is in their family, right? And when it's an issue like that, it's considered a personal. You can't go and get a piece and go stab him in his back. He's not a piece of shit. He didn't rat on nobody. He doesn't have a bad case. He just has a case against that individual's family. And so if a person wants to push the issue, they go to the person or the people that are running the yard. And they let them know, like, hey, look, Holmes, straight up, like, I got to get into it with this vato. This is what he did to my family member, and they'll be like, okay, cool. We're going to get at him. They'll get at that dude and they'll say, hey, look, Holmes, you got busted for this and that. Yeah. Well, one of his family members are here and they want to handle that. They're going to either decide to do it in a cell up and handle it, or they do it on the yard. But that's always considered a personal. It has nothing to do with the dudes running the yard. That unless something's changed, that's how it was for decades. That's a personal issue. It doesn't have to get run by anybody. Just make sure it's nobody's getting nobody from behind. Period. Those things are very rare. Now I know a dude. I was in Pelican Bay with a guy. He was from the harbor area, and he actually got snaked on because he was on a yard with a dude and didn't know that he was fucking that guy's old lady while he was busted. It came up in conversation. You know, when you're from the same area, I did a video about that. It could be your rival, but if you don't got a homeboy around, one of your rivals, you guys can talk about, hey, you remember this chick? Hey, what about this one over here? Hey, you guys, hey, you ever used to kick it over here? And you can reminisce. Home sweet home, right? Well, this dude was doing his home sweet home and let that guy know he was smashing on his lady. That right there is not. It's like if it would have been brought to the attention of anybody running the yard, that's not a personal. That's, hey, your lady's being a hoe. Fuck that broad, right? That's the way they'll look at it. So this dude, feelings were hurt, and he whacked the other dude from behind. He got washed up though. You can't do that. You can't. And then so imagine he hits a dude from behind, gets washed up, and laughed at. Prison is a place that's so brutal, so ugly, so hateful that guys look for a reason to laugh, right? And I think that's one of the things people out here don't get. They think everybody's always serious and, you know, there's always violence. There is always violence, but you're not always the one conducting it, right? And when you get an opportunity to clown, to roast, to laugh, you enjoy those moments. And a lot of times they stick out in your mind. So yeah, I remember so the homie told us this in Pelican Bay. It didn't happen in Pelican Bay. I don't remember what joint he said it happened at. But I just remember we were laughing like this fool got whacked for smashing the other dude's old lady. Imagine what that guy was thinking when he was hearing the story. He was every word that came out after he heard his old lady's name was breaking his heart. Poor thing. But anyways, no, this is a serious topic. Again, I've been out of prison almost 9 years. But when it comes to stuff like that, personal issues like that, I still don't know if it, I mean, maybe now because everybody's out, they give them a heads up because, you know, when knives come out, the cops come out. The cops come out, money slows down. And you never want to slow down the money of somebody who's really somebody. You better have a very good explanation for messing with somebody's money, especially behind those walls, especially in that world. Anyhow, that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.